it does not help us if they lower interest rates, because lowering interest rates is not going to affect the grocery store prices. It's not going to affect our insurance prices. Those are the things that have to get under control, and they understand that. The Fed understands that we are not even close to done yet. So don't expect interest rates to go down next year. Could they go up? Yes. Will they go up? Probably not. If it were my prediction, like I said earlier in the show, I think they stay stagnant. I think RV interest rates, I think boat interest rates, I think mortgage interest rates all stay flat. Now, there are guys that claim that they could get 6% on a mortgage. That's a big lie. Don't believe any of that crap. There's RV interest rates that say they're at 7%. That's a lie. Flat out lie. The best interest rate out there right now for an RV is 8%. And I'm an 800 FICO with plenty of great credit and good down payment on a home, and I'm still at 7.7%. Don't believe the ganja smoking people. This is where the reality is. That's what my job is here. That's what I've created this podcast for, is to help you guys understand what is real and what is not. So, when you're looking at making a major purchase in 2024, whether you're a retired couple, whether you are retiring, whether you want to, maybe you got a family and you want them to experience the outdoors and you want to get them away from the tablet and the cell phone for a little bit, an RV purchase is a great thing right now. Dealerships are losing money up the ass when it comes to the sale prices of vehicles. In fact, yesterday or the other day, I took a $16,000 loss on a fifth wheel, a 2023 new fifth wheel. I just had one of my sister stores take a $25,000 loss on a motorhome, a brand new motorhome, 2023. So dealerships across the United States and Canada, not all of them, because I've heard some interesting comments from people that there are some stubborn people out there, but the non-stubborn dealers are taking massive losses on 2023 inventory. Now, I'm going to talk about the backlash of that in a video on my regular channel, but there's a big, huge backlash that's going to come from that, and that is the value of your trade-ins. So used RV prices are absolutely going to freaking tank because dealers are doing this. Just talked to a guy, I'm trying to get him a loan on a Georgetown motorhome. We're taking an absolute beating on it, plus I'm overpaying for the trade. But I was telling him, like, the difference in 3 weeks. So he waited. He made a decision that he had to get $60,000 for his trade or he wasn't going to buy. It was 30, okay? Actually, it was 32. And he made the decision himself, I'm going to hold off and wait. Okay. He held off and waited. My owner, my boss, decided to tank all the motorhome prices. So now all of a sudden in his mind, he's like, well, shoot, you offered me 50. Now it really makes sense. And I go, no, brother, now your value of your motorhome just took a crap. So now it's worth 45. So as new motorhome prices, I explained it to him like a truck. I said, okay, so let's say we start discounting trucks $20,000 below MSRP. What does it do to the value of somebody that paid 25 grand over sticker 2 years ago? And goes, oh. And I go, so you have to think, what is a consumer willing to pay? That's how we have to think about it as an owner, as a manager, as someone that runs a dealership. Not what the book value is. What is a consumer willing to pay for that used motorhome in this market? And to me, it was about 48 to 50 grand. So basically I left myself about a $2,000 to $3,000 profit margin on his trade, which is ridiculous. The used market is where dealerships are supposed to make all the money. And we're not making anything because everything's changing so quickly. Every day something changes. It's not changing every year, it's changing daily. Lazy Days RV has taken the same route our company has and has taken stupid losses on every new 2023 in stock. In fact, on Coachman Catalina travel trailers, they have one where they lowered their price below mine. I was at a $6,000 loss. They're at a $9,000 loss. So I just lowered my price to match theirs. So a trailer I've only had for 5 months on the lot, I'm going to take a $9,000 beating on. Imagine that. That's how quickly things changed. That's how quickly, watch this folks, this is how quickly that it can also change the other way. Because dealerships and companies across the United States cannot lose money forever. That's a fact. So if you're not taking advantage of anybody that's losing money on vehicle purchases and you're in the market, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and think, what's wrong with me? Because the reality is the difference figure. This is what I was trying to explain to a guy yesterday. The difference figure between what you're getting for your used vehicles and what they're selling new vehicles for is identical to what it was in 2020 and 2021. Not the value. I'm not talking about the value. I'm talking about the difference figure. So I had the guy sit down and do the figures himself, this other guy. He's sitting there and he's got a 2016 fifth wheel. He's trading it in for a toy hauler. And he sat down and he worked out the numbers. So I showed him what we sold these certain units for in 2021 versus what he wanted for his trade, because that's what he paid for it. And then I said, look at the difference between what we're selling it for you now and what we're offering you on trade. And he goes, it's the same figure overall. And I go, exactly. It's the same difference figure. Hasn't changed. It will change. Summer of this coming year, that separation is going to start happening further and further and further away, like it naturally should. That's not something that's new. That's what should happen. But right now, that difference figure, it hasn't changed in now 3 years. So you guys got, for those of you that made it all the way to the end of this episode, you have a hell of an opportunity this year. In January, February of 2024, you have an opportunity to take advantage of a market that's really weak. If you don't like the interest rates, refinance it in 2 years, 3 years. You're going to be in a point where you don't need to put any money into it to refinance it. And they look at me, so this older couple, they bought an Airstream motorhome from me yesterday. And they said, wow, that rate's really high, 9.5. And I go, yeah, it's an 8-year-old coach. I said, that's a win. I said, but here's what I want you to do. And they look at me and I go, in 2026, when rates go down, refinance it through USAA. By that time, you could shrink the term down to 15 years instead of 20. And then you can, the rate, let's say, is 6.99 then, or 6.5 then. You'll be at the same identical payment you're at now, but on a shorter term and a better rate. And overall, you're going to save money. I actually sat down and did the calculations with them, and they looked at me and they go, that makes all the sense in the world. And I go, yeah. Welcome to it. I'm excited. You should be excited. You know, I want everybody to be safe for New Year's. Happy New Year to all of you. Hopefully you guys are safe on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'm looking forward to Monday, tomorrow, January 1st. 2023 has been a crap year for me, a garbage year for me. I can't wait to start anew in 2024. And above all, guys, don't smoke the ganja that the corporate media and all these podcasters do, okay? If you want real information, you got Josh the RV Nerd, you got me. Don't listen to Wingman Wisdom. Don't listen to Liz Amazing. I mean, all it is negative, 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 negative. That's all it is. Everything's negative for those two. Okay? You want positive and good. You want negative and positive. You want a balance. Listen to Josh the RV Nerd. If you want it more like brutal and nasty, you come see me. So until next time, guys, Happy New Year. I'll be back probably around January 3rd, January 4th to do another episode. Enjoy your vacation if you're out camping. Enjoy the beginning of 2024. And hey, toolkit and sense of humor.